welcome. This is a live stream. I am watching boxing and UFC at the same time. So in the ring right now, we have two southpaws, Regis Prograis versus Jojo Diaz. Do those names ring a bell? A little bit of a blast from the past, but I think this is what they call a crossroads fight for both these guys because they're both in their 30s. So this might be a winner-go-home moment for Prograis and Diaz. In the cage, we have Neil Magny taking on a Brazilian Dos Santos, not RDA. I'm not sure what Dos Santos' first name is. Right now, Dos Santos is in top position, in a very strange position with Neil on bottom. But Dos Santos is kind of sitting on top of him, facing away from his head. He's got one leg kind of wrapped between his arm. It looks like, he's trying to maneuver into a leg lock position. Now they're both sitting in that, facing each other in a leg lock position. We are in the second round of Prograis versus Diaz, and looked like Diaz had a pretty good first round, mainly because he surged towards the end of the first round. If you are joining us, please do say hi in the chat so I know that the chat is actually working. And please let me know if the sound and the video quality is okay. I do these streams for you guys, so I want to make sure the quality is good. So hi, welcome to this live watch party. My name is Hamaguchi. I am a pro fighter. I'm a U.S. national judo champion, and I'm watching live boxing and live UFC. Hi, so if you join us, please say hi in the chat. We'd love to know who's here. All right, now in the cage, we have about 3 minutes left in the second round of Neil Magny versus Dos Santos. Magny's still in bottom position. Dos Santos is in top position, and he's put himself into half guard. Okay, in the ring, two southpaws, Regis Prograis, sporting the New Orleans colors of purple and gold and black. He's facing Jojo Diaz, who's decked out in white trunks, white gloves. Hey, thank you so much. Is it Attar? Sorry if I don't say anybody's name right. The font is so small, it's hard to read sometimes. I am from Southern California. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're watching live boxing and live UFC. Okay, right now in the UFC cage, looks like Dos Santos is dominating Neil Magny. They're both now back in standing position, but Magny has secured, not Magny. Dos Santos had a superior grappling position, Magny, and now he's put Magny up with his back against the cage. Who's this? Pandora the pig? Hi, good to see you. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Good to see you guys. Okay, looks like, it does look like Prograis had a slightly better second round here, but Diaz is still using more volume than he, so... Oh, okay, good move by Neil Magny, managed to get Dos Santos on the ground. Now Magny's trying to take advantage of that moment, started to surge a bit. He's got the body lock on Dos Santos, has Dos Santos up against the cage. He's got the body lock from behind. John, you're from Davenport, or no, sorry, from Cleveland, welcome. Yes. Hunda, sorry, yes, we are watching live fights, boxing and UFC fights. All right, now Magny's in top position, got both hooks in, doing ground and pound while Dos Santos is on all fours. There's less than 30 seconds left, not sure how long the ref, and the ref moves in to stop it. So amazing turnaround for Neil Magny because he was not winning that fight. Wow, that's quite the turn of events there. Good win for Neil Magny. Okay, in the ring, Prograis starting to open up with some nice double jabs to his straight left. Jojo just putting up the high double guard and shelling up a bit here while Prograde tees off on him. Oh, a nice second jab on that double jab snapped Jojo's head back. This is why you can never underestimate the value of having a strong jab, guys. Oh, if I've ever seen Lion King, it's Pumbaa. Did I say it right? Sorry, it's hard for me to read the chat. It's on my phone, right? So the writing's really small. Alright guys, let me know about the quality of the video and the sound. I know there's a lot of background noise, that's just my neighbors. It's okay? Alright, thanks for letting me know. Alright, here we go. We're in round 3 of this 10-round boxing fight. Prograde's starting to come alive. Doing well with his double jabs. Jab right, jab left hand for Prograde. Prograde's carrying his lead hand a little low by his thigh, and then he brings it up for an up jab. Alright. Jojo D is starting to come alive a little bit here. Now that they're working in at close range, Jojo starts to open up with some body shots. Body shot to uppercut to hook. Nice sequence for Jojo. Prograde's coming right back. Alright guys, we're here to talk about the fight game. If this is the first time joining, thank you for joining us on this live watch party. We are watching live boxing and live MMA, UFC. So the main event for the UFC is Taira versus Park. I believe Park was a short notice fight. You know, I mean, he accepted the fight on short notice. I can't remember who Taira was originally supposed to fight, but in any case, that'll be interesting to see how that main event plays out. Right now, in the cage, Neil Magny just defeated Dos Santos. That was a great turnaround for Magny because I felt he was losing up until that point. In the ring, we have 2 veterans, Regis Prograis versus Jojo Diaz. Legend, Bruce, hi, good to see you. Welcome everybody to the watch party. So if you're a fight fan, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post our newest content and when we go live. Also, if you haven't done so yet, head over to my channel page, scroll over to the posts, and there's a live poll up there for you guys to vote on which breakdown I should do next. Alright, back in the ring. We got Prograis. Regis Prograis starts off again with throwing some nice single and then double jabs. Circles around to his right. Both men are standing pretty much in the center of the ring. Neither one is doing the Devin Haney, running around the ring. Diaz likes that high double guard. So he's looking to counter. It looks like he's waiting for Prograis to throw so he can counter with his right body shot. I'm not sure that that's the greatest move for Diaz tactically because if he just lets Prograis get away with constantly jabbing him, keeping his high double up, you know, the optics are that Regis is winning the round even if that jab doesn't penetrate all the way through. Alright, tell me which fights you guys are looking forward to. Are you more into boxing or more into MMA? Alright, in the ring, both men clinch up for a moment. The ref separates them back to business, but Diaz is back on that high double, which I don't really like to see him do that. Not that early in the fight. I mean, you can do that if you're at the point where you feel you can walk the other fighter down, but right there, Prograis just snuck through a straight left that snapped Diaz's head back. And when they're standing toe-to-toe, Diaz opens up with his body shot to uppercut or body shot to hook, but he's eating punches on getting to that close distance. Okay, for the UFC, we're in between fights here, but they're doing a little promo for next week's fights, which is Dolidze versus Hernandez. Wow, a real big cut has opened up on Diaz's I'm not sure if it's his forehead or his eye, but the left side of his face is a mask of blood, so the ref is taking him over to get cleaned up. or get checked out. Yeah, so the doctor is wiping the blood from Diaz's forehead, or from his face. Oh, I see. I believe it's a cut under the bottom of Jojo Diaz's left eye. Or maybe it might be the eyebrow area. I can't really tell from the camera angle. And the doctor's actually trying to help close it up here in the middle of the round. Let's hope this doctor knows what he's doing. Okay, oh, it's right here, underneath the eyebrow, but between the eyebrow and the eyelid. So that's a really bad spot, because that's the low point of your eye, so the blood's just going to flow into his eyes. So I'm guessing that's what the doctor's telling the ref right now. So we are in the 4th round. We're past the 3rd round. So we'll go to the scorecards if this fight gets stopped. I shouldn't say she. I say she. Oh, no, it's not stopped just yet, but I'm sure the doctor... Oh, and so now Prograis senses the moment, the urgency, and he's starting to open up. Rapid fire jabs. Hang on one sec. Guys, I gotta fix something. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad place to have a cut for sure. Stretch Armstrong. So let's see, but... Oh yeah, right away. I mean, Jojo's, the left side of his face is just a mask of blood. He needs to get going here if he wants to salvage this fight. Because I don't believe he won 3 out of those first 4 rounds. Right now the men are clinched up, they get separated, and that's the round. Okay, well, tall task for Diaz's corner here, and his cut man, really. So I'm not sure if the cut man is his father. Yeah, it's right just in that kind of crease right here. Terrible place for a cut. It's going to go in his... There's no way it's not going to open up. No way it's not going to, go in his eye. Hey, Ellis Vlogs, very good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and they just cut back to a clip where Regis fell and slipped, and Jojo hit him while he was sitting on the ground. And Regis is like, what's up? That was kind of... This is not MMA, right? You can't hit a guy when he's on the canvas. Okay, well, we didn't get to see the corner work of Jojo's cutman, so I can't give you any sort of evaluation on the cutman's work, but we are now in round 5 of Prograis versus Regis Prograis versus Jojo Diaz. Okay, good job by Diaz. He's opening up with some hard jabs here, which is what he needs to do. Prograis comes right back with a nice 1-2. Thus far, I would say Prograis is winning this fight. Prograis with a nice jab to right body shot. And Jojo continues to try to march him down with that high double. Good parry by Jojo. So he's trying to counter Prograis. Sneak in his counter body shots like he just did there, and then, or a counter hook. Oh, and Prograis snaps Jojo's head back again with the jab. So at this point, I wouldn't say it's the cut that's the issue for Diaz. It's the fact that he's not using his jab enough, which he wasn't doing that before he got cut anyway. So it's really more the fight tactics that Team Diaz chose that's having him not win this fight. Again, Diaz tries to walk Prograis down, high double guard, and Prograis just tees off with jab, uppercut. And I'm not sure if Prograis just figures he knows that Diaz's vision is compromised, so he's doing some nice low level changes right underneath Jojo's punches. And at this point, Jojo's face is pretty much a mask of blood. Diaz with some nice kidney punches there. Not allowed in boxing, but he's on the far side of the ref. He can get away with it. Okay, up next in the cage is a female fight. I'm not familiar with either fighter. And Prograis, to his credit, is just being persistent with the jab. When they get in close, Prograis opens up with some rapid-fire body shots. And unfortunately for Diaz, he was not able to get off any punches at that close range, which seems to be his game plan. Try to close distance and with that high double guard and then counter. All right, Diaz just opened up, initiated that little exchange there with the double jab, straight left. And to Diaz's credit, he is landing some shots on the inside on Prograis, but they're really not phasing Prograis at all. Prograis starting to get a little cute, drop his hands, do a little kind of fainting shoulder roll motion. But again, Prograis is doing the right thing. He is sticking with his jab as an opener, and that's the round. So what do you guys think? If Jojo Diaz loses his fight, is he done? Done like dinner? I think it's kind of a crossroads fight for Regis Prograis and for Jojo Diaz. They're both in their 30s. Hey, tell me which fights you guys are looking forward to. Right now we're on break from both the ring and the cage. Which fights are you looking forward to? Are you guys excited for Moses Talma versus Dillian White? Del Boy is always a fun character to watch, I think. Always an entertaining fighter and speaker. All right, so we see Diaz land a nice left hook rather on just in their little playback there. Oh, and the ref is walking Diaz over to be checked out by the doctor again. Doctor takes a close look at that cut. He's doing the old finger test. Right now we're watching Jojo Diaz get checked out by the doctors, holding up fingers on the peripheral, like out here, to see if Diaz can tell how many fingers he's holding out. Of course, if you don't want to keep fighting, all you got to do is say, oh, 27, or something stupid like that. And the ref will say, oh, you can't see. I guess the fight's off, right? All right, so the fight's on. Jojo passed muster. Right away, Prograis opens up with a series of jabs left hand. Diaz trying to cover up with that high double guard. I mean, in a sense, I understand he's trying to protect that cut, but he's got to get more active with that jab if he wants to give himself a chance in this fight, because that cut is already opened up again, and it's going to just keep opening up. All right, tell me which fights you guys are looking forward to. All right, Prograis and Diaz are standing toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Prograis starts to push him back with some series of jabs. That's one of the issues with the high double guard is, somebody can always split your guard straight down the middle, because even if you got your hands up like here, this center line's still open. Oh, and Prograis just opens up with like a 10-punch combination right there, starting off with the jab. Prograis starting to have some fun now, kind of slipping and dipping a bit, opening up with lead left hands. Diaz tries for a hook uppercut combination, another body shot. Diaz continues to try to march Prograis down, so I've got to give him credit for his heart, but okay, there Diaz goes with his jab, but Prograis comes back with two. And the left hand. 4-punch combination for Prograis. And Diaz comes back with a left body shot, left hook to the head. Both men are standing in the center of the ring, toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe action here. Nice little uppercut by Jojo Diaz. This is where he wants to be, is toe-to-toe with Prograis, so he doesn't have to go find him, right? Prograis starting to not push him back with a series of jabs. Prograis is also comfortable standing toe-to-toe. Looks like he doesn't mind eating a few punches. Prograis with a nice little weave under Jojo's punch right there. And Prograis starting to drive Jojo back again with a series of jabs. Prograis just landed his left behind the guard of Jojo Diaz. Okay, in the ring we have a female fight. In the cage, we have Rosa versus Cornell. I'm not familiar with either female fighter. I'm not sure where they're from. I'm guessing Rosa is from Brazil, but I'm not sure. Simply because she's wearing the yellow and green. Oh, and Rosa just landed a beautiful one too. Okay, and that's the end of the round for Prograis versus Diaz. I'm wondering how long this fight will go on, and this boxing fight, and if the ref or the doctor will stop it on that really awful cut that Jojo Diaz has right kind of on the crease of his eye, right below his eyebrow, just at the upper part of his eyelid. Hey, if you're with us, welcome to this live stream. My name's Hamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. I'm a judoka. I love to break down fights as they're happening, so thank you for joining our live stream. All right, here we go with the action. In the cage, Rosa has Cornell up against the cage. Both women look like they're trying to exchange knees. Okay, in the ring, Diaz opens up with a right hook, goes right back to his high double guard. Prograis moving around him a bit, just using his footwork and his nice sharp jab to maintain the distance he wants. So interesting that I don't know who that is, the ringside person gave Diaz the last round. I don't know that I agree with that, but clearly I think we both agree that Prograis is handily winning this fight at this point. We are in round 7, so Diaz has 4 rounds to make something happen for himself here, and perhaps keep his boxing career alive. Alive, if you want. When I say that, I mean on a broadcast. I'm sure Diaz could get a fight on a smaller card that's not televised, but does he want to do that? Alright, Diaz throws a single jab, falls a little bit short. Prograis continues to pick at Diaz from the outside with his jab to the head, jab to the body. Diaz throws one single jab again. Prograis back to circling around, counterclockwise. Prograis mixes up his target between Jojo's head and his body. Prograis at this point probably knows he's ahead on the cards. Maybe he's content to just peck away at Jojo for this round. Prograis also using nice little stutter steps in his footwork to mix up the rhythm. That's also a very good skill. It's a must-have skill for any professional fighter. That way you don't have to feint with your punches all the time. You can feint with your footwork. Okay, now they're standing toe-to-toe for a moment. Jojo was trying to work on Prograis, but Prograis just bent over at level change to avoid the punches. And Prograis with some nice lead left hands to open that last combo. In the cage, we have both women standing in the center of the cage. They both look a little bit awkward as strikers, but again, I don't know anything about them. They both go into that tie clinch, trying to throw knees. right, in the ring, that's the round, I think. Yeah, so I have Regis Prograis handily winning this fight, Crossroads fight versus Jojo Diaz. And they are cutting to the change room of the main event, which is Oscar Duarte and Kenneth Sims Jr. Not really that familiar with either one of those fighters. All right, so if you're in the joining us on this live stream, welcome. Please do say hi in the chat so we know who's joining us. And as always, if you're enjoying the breakdowns here or the breakdowns on my channel, you're always welcome to leave a super chat or a super thanks. Every penny helps, so I really appreciate it. With your support, we're able to make the channel grow. My goal is to reinvest whatever funds I receive from the channel to help make the channel better, like by investing in more equipment to improve the quality of the videos and the streams. Okay, we're back in the ring. Prograis opens up with a series of jabs. Double jab, left hand, back to his jabs. Diaz tries for a single jab and gets countered right away by Prograis. Actually, at this point, I'm guessing that Prograis realized that, Diaz's vision is compromised, even though the doctor has not stopped the fight. So Prograis is just circling around counterclockwise and picking Diaz off with his jab, double jab right there, splitting the guard. All right, in the cage, Rosas from Brazil has Cornell on the ground. She's in top position. Looks like she's kind of in half guard trying to work to side control. In the ring, the men are standing toe-to-toe, so Diaz opens up with the right body shot, right hook. Oh, nice combination by Diaz here. Lots of hooks to the body and upstairs to the head. Prograis comes right back though. Tell me if you guys are more into boxing or more into MMA. All right, in the cage, Rosa from Brazil is still on top position. She's just past, oh no, she's inside, she's still in sort of half guard position and on top. There's still 4 minutes remaining, so Cornell has to do something to get out of there. Cornell's trying to go for that Kimura grip, but she's not going to get it from that just because she doesn't have the leverage on the position. All right, Jojo Diaz in the ring came back with a nice single hook, but Prograis answers him right back with like a 4-5 punch combination. And at this point, it's almost like Prograis is pretty much having his way with Jojo Diaz. He's landing some nice sharp jabs. He splits Diaz's double guard, and then Prograis will sneak in a hard left. Diaz landed a nice single jab there. Prograis with a 4-punch combination, opening with the jab, then back to the double jab. Prograis carrying his lead hand low, kind of using an up jab. All right, in the cage, we still have the Brazilian woman, Rosas, in top position. They're at the halfway point of this round. She hasn't been able to get out of Cornell's half guard lock with her legs, but she is dominating, so I guess she's happy to stay there. All right, I think we are past the halfway point of this boxing match. How's your guys' weekend going? I went for the cheap stuff this weekend. Actually, this is a Smart and Final brand, right? First Street. It's actually, this water's actually not bad. Carbonated. what is it? Cran raspberry. It actually tastes okay. I find that with the less expensive sparkling waters, they go flat pretty fast, so you just drink them faster. They don't have time to go flat. All right, here we go. Action in the ring. Prograis versus Jojo Diaz. And right again, Prograis opening up with some jabs. Jab straight left, body shot. Prograis is the one kind of walking towards Diaz right now. Diaz is just keeping up that high double guard. Haven't heard any more from the ref or the doctor about that really bad cut on Jojo Diaz's left eyelid. Hey Fabian, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. We're watching live boxing and live UFC. Right, when Diaz tries to open up and they're standing toe to toe like this, you know, a lot of exchanges. Prograis just rolls underneath or weaves underneath Diaz's punches. Prograis with a nice 1-2. Then he goes down to the body. Diaz tries to counter with a nice little short right hook. But right now, Diaz's face is just an absolute mask of blood. So I'm not sure how long this fight is going to be allowed, if it will be allowed to go to the distance. Because we are in, well, I guess maybe they will because we're in the ninth round. There's just this round and one more to go. So perhaps they will let the blood slide. Sorry guys, I just lost my screen. One moment. Apologize for the delay. Okay, back to boxing. Yeah, Prograis is the one walking down Diaz at this point. Just opens up with some nice jabs. 1-2, 1-2. Jab to the head, jab to the body. Prograis getting a little bit sloppy with that left hand because he's throwing it a little bit loopy. Hey Shug, good to see you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for finding us on this live stream. We're watching Crossroads fight between Jojo Diaz and Regis Prograis. Oh, nice right hook there by Jojo Diaz. Caught Regis Prograis at mid-range distance. Now they're clinched up and the referee just separated them. Diaz's face is just absolutely covered in red from that cut right between his eyebrow and his eyelid. Surely Diaz must understand there's a sense of urgency here. That's the 9th round. He has one more round to try to make something happen. At this point, I would say Diaz needs a stoppage to get the win. Unless they're going to rob Prograis. I don't know. Fabian says, I'm so happy Manny won. Also very surprised he won. Oh, sorry. I'm very happy Magny won, not Manny. Also very surprised. I 100% agree. I thought he was losing the fight up to that point. And then he managed to take that guy, Dos Santos back and just ground and pound. So good for him, man, because he sees the moment, you know. All right, and in this replay, they seem to be favoring Diaz, showing they just showed a nice combo where Diaz landed about 4 punches in a row, and they showed that nice lead right hook that caught Prograis. So I hope they're not planning on robbing Prograis, but I have him ahead here. Diaz is gesturing to the crowd, waving his hands up. I don't know if it's a pro Jojo crowd, but I guess he wants the crowd to hype him up. Ref walks Jojo Diaz back over to the doctor. There is blood already coming out of that cut. The doctor wipes up the blood with the gauze, puts the light in it, and says it's okay. So it's just, the blood is not a good look, but I guess the doctor feels it's not impeding his vision. Yeah, Fabian, I'm watching boxing and UFC, so yeah, I wasn't even aware this fight was on, but at least I'm familiar with both Prograis and Jojo Diaz. Shug said Jojo is a decent fighter, but he waits forever before switching on. Well, I was saying in the earlier rounds, just using that high double guard and trying to counter is not a good strategy for him versus Prograis, who's more of a boxer and just loves to use that jab, double jab. Oh, a nice straight left to the body by Prograis right there. Diaz puts up that high double, tries to walk, he's trying to walk Prograis down, and then just either unload, like he did right there. Prograis shakes his head at Diaz. That's funny, okay. And Prograis's back to just boxing nicely on the outside, using that nice sharp jab, and then throwing a 1-2 when it merits. Okay, and Prograis's tricky because when he gets in close, he just bends his head down so the punches go over his head. Nice 3-punch combo by Prograis. If they give the decision to Diaz, it's a complete robbery. Tasteful Thickness says UFC watch along. Yep. Right now the stream is buffering, but we were watching a not so exciting female fight in a heavier weight division. I don't know if those women are 145 or 135. I'm guessing maybe 145. Hoping my UFC stops buffering and we can get back to seeing what's what. Alright, but here we go. Final round between Jojo Diaz and Regis Prograis. There's about a minute left. I think this is a crossroads fight for them both. But I feel that Prograis did enough to secure a unanimous decision. If they give it to Diaz, this is because they filled out the scorecards before the fight started. Okay. Diaz now trying to get a little cute and drop his lead hand and get it's almost like he's trying to mirror Prograis, which makes no sense to me. Prograis just sticking with his nice sharp jab. Jojo missed there with a few wide punches to the head. Now Jojo's being the one that's trying to be the boxer in the last 30 minutes of this round. Men are standing toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. A little grappling, so the ref breaks them apart. We got 10 seconds here. And as far as I'm concerned, it's been all pro. And Diaz starts dancing around, waving and putting his hands up, which is ridiculous. Okay, both men embrace after the fight. Fans seem happy. Yeah, if they give this to Diaz, it's robbery, but that's boxing. Alright, let me try to get this stream back. Do you guys know if that's Diaz's dad that trains him? I know he used to be. I'm not sure if he still is with his dad. Okay. Alright, in this women's fight, I'm not sure what just happened there, but it looks like... the Rosa got a double, got her opponent down on the ground, and I'm not sure if she got a sub or not, but in any case, looks like that female MMA fight is over. Yeah, I like what Regis's tactic is on the inside, is he'll put his head right in his opponent's neck area right here, so it just makes it impossible for them to land a punch on his head. All right, the Tasteful Thickness. Who do you have in the main event? I honestly don't know anything at all about these, about the UFC fighters, but I always enjoy a good MMA fight. And yeah, Magny got come from behind winning. That was a surprise for sure. All right, guys. Like I said, if they give Diaz this decision, that means they filled the scorecards out before the fight started. But to his credit, Jojo Diaz, always comes to fight. All right, in the UFC side, we're doing a little promo for Dolidze versus Hernandez, which is next Saturday, August 8th. Okay, so in the cage, oh, it went to decision. So for sure, yeah, the Brazilian was dominant. Rosa was dominant in that fight. All right, so let's cut back to the boxing. Let's hear what they have to say.
It's a shame somebody has to lose.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this watch party. We are watching boxing and UFC. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so and hit the bell so you know when our content posts and when we go live. When you have a chance, go click out on the Fight Breakdown podcast and check out some of my breakdowns of fights that have already gone. You can check out the pre-fight or the post-fight. And, you know, put a comment. Let me know how you think I did. Wow. 98, 92, 96, 94. Yes, good. They gave it to Program. Good. Okay. Boxing's not 1,000% corrupt then. So they gave him, what do they say, 98, 92, 96, 94. I felt it was more like 98, 92 all the way around, but that's fine. As long as the right man won, it's all good. I mean, even if they gave it to Regis by split, I'd still be okay, because I don't know. For whatever reason, things can be a little suspicious when it comes to boxing politics. All right, guys. We just wrapped up a female fight between Rosa and I can't even remember her opponent's last name, but Rosa from Brazil secured a unanimous decision victory. It looks to me like that by just being dominant on the ground and being in top position most of the time. All right, in the boxing ring, we have post-fight interview with Regis Program. Hi Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the live stream. We are watching boxing and UFC. We just finished watching the fight between Regis Program and Jojo Diaz. They did give the decision to the right guy, Regis Program. I was a little bit concerned that they would rob him and give it to Jojo Diaz for whatever reason. But tell me, Chris, are you a fight fan? Do you like boxing or do you prefer MMA? All right, unfortunately, I really can't catch much of this post-fight interview with Program because he's just talking super fast and I don't like not ring announcers, but I don't like post-fight interviews where they try to do all the post-fight analysis with the fighter. It's like, give the guy a break. He just fought his ass off or her ass off for, in this case, 10 hard rounds. Now you want them to be eloquent on top of it? Like, isn't that your job to do the analysis? Just ask them what they want to do next or who they want to fight next, you know? Keep it simple. Tasteful Thickness says Ngannou embarrassed boxing by almost beating Fury. No, he didn't embarrass boxing. He just showed us he just taught Fury a lesson, I think. I wouldn't say he embarrassed boxing, though. He got knocked out by AJ, in the next fight. So, I mean, no harm, no foul. You know, I admire Francis for following his childhood dream and seizing the opportunity. He had the chance to fight two out of the three guys in the top three ranked fighters in the world at that time, and that's how he chose to make his pro boxing debut. So all props to Francis Ngannou, but you know, where does he go from here? Because I don't think he wants to start at the bottom and try to build himself up a boxing career. That heavyweight division is loaded. It's loaded right now. I just don't see Francis being able to fight his way up through the ranks. So he kind of has to take those, call them one-off fights, you know. And the question is, what does he want to do with himself? Does he want to keep fighting MMA? Does he want to try to jump back in the boxing ring? Does he want to do a gimmick fight? Or I just don't see him putting himself through the ranks of the heavyweights, just because that would be just far too much of a grind for him to try to do that at this age, at this point in his career. You know, you can't ask a guy who's made that much money to now fight for $20,000, $50,000 on a much smaller card. But who knows? Maybe he'll hook something up with Turkey, and you know, they can make big things happen. All right, try to listen to JoJo. So post-fight interview with Jojo Diaz. Again, he's talking so quickly I can't really catch what he's saying either. Jack says all about the money. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that's what Francis, if we're talking about Francis again, that's, it is all about the money. You know, I mean, that's a big factor for him because he's already been at the top of the UFC. You know, does he want to try to take a fight with somebody that none of us know in the PFL? Does he want to jump back in the boxing ring against a big name? You know, these are all options for him to consider. Loves color green, gets knocked out by Joshua. Gets knocked out by Joshua. Yes, I mean, he got knocked out by Joshua. So, you know, Joshua's had his ups and downs, but Joshua had it together for that fight. Jack says Brenner or Ribovic, and Ngannou might be done. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to see him get excited about fighting in the PFL. Dana has said he's not really open to having him. Yeah. Oh, you're asking me if I think Brenner or Ribovic will win this next fight in the cage. I got it. Sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying, John. Honestly, I don't know anything about either one of these guys, so I really can't call it. So, Jack, you're more of a UFC fan, I take it? Alright, so right now they're showing us replays from the Prograis Diaz fight. At least they didn't stop it based on all the blood on JoJo's face. Okay, so in the cage, we're getting ready for the next fight. Okay, we have a fellow from Brazil. I don't even know how to say his last name, because do you say Brenner? Because I know sometimes they pronounce the consonants a little differently. Jack says Ribovic is too tough. Okay, cool. All right. So we're here to talk about boxing and MMA. in the cage. Right away, the two fighters get into their clinch, over under hooks, and Ribovic has Brenner had him up against the cage. Brenner goes for an outside trip, but Ribovic reverses it, and now he's in top position. Brenner manages to kind of sit up and do a little scramble. He's still in bottom position as he's trying to reverse it, but Ribovic, okay, they both work their way back up to their feet. A little skillful little scramble there on the ground. Both men are fighting out of right orthodox stance. Brenner with a calf kick. Oh, Brenner with a very nice one too. Ribovic is kind of walking him towards the cage, and Ribovic lands a nice left hook. Brenner fakes like he's going for a double. Brenner with a nice jab landing. Knocks Ribovic head back. Oh, and a nice one too by Brenner again. Brenner with a jab to the body lands. So Brenner's moving around on the outside of the cage. Ribovic is following him. Jack says they bang, and yes they are. Oh, nice straight left by Ribovic. Snap kick by Brenner. Inside kick by Brenner. Head kick attempt by Ribovic. And a nice four-punch combination by Ribovic. I'm probably saying his name now. Brenner shoots in for a double, doesn't get it. So just abandons it immediately. Both men exchanging 1-2s. Inside kick by Brenner. Oh, Ribovic with a nice lead straight left. Brenner with a semi-Superman punch there. Catches Brenner. Brenner storms back. 1-2 and a 1-2 elbow. He's getting caught with Ribovic left hooks. Oh, Brenner tries a spinning back elbow and does not get it. And now he's getting stormed by Ribovic because he fell from his own momentum. Ribovic just opening up there. A little pause in the action here. Brenner with a nice lead right hand. Brenner with a nice jab. We've got a little bit over a minute left here in this opening round. Ribovic with the lead right. And then exchange punches again. Brenner does a little switch step there to try to close distance, I guess. Ribovic with a head kick attempt, doesn't land. Oh, but Ribovic with a big straight right, or straight left rather. Ribovic with a nice inside kick attempt. Brenner has switched stances now, so he's fighting out of southpaw. We got less than half a minute. Brenner switches back to orthodox. So I guess he likes to alternate, maybe go into that open stance. Oh, Ribovic teed off with a four-punch combination to Brenner's head. We got 10 seconds remaining in this opening round. These guys came to fight. Ribovic with another sort of Superman punch, and that's the round. Wow, close round to score. That's a tough one. All right, Jack is giving that first one to Ribovic. I can't argue with you, Jack. That was a close round. Good round of action. Alright guys, sorry about that. Yeah, the sun's starting to set here, so the natural lighting is going. Oh, Jack, I'm a minute ahead. I think they switching based on leg kick damage. Yeah, probably. Probably just wanted to give that side a break for a moment, right? He was mostly fighting righty. Alright, so we know Jack's here. Anybody else, please say hi in the chat so we know who's here. And welcome to the live stream. My name's D. Hamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. I'm a judo champion, and I enjoy doing live commentary for fights, whether it's boxing or MMA. You can also check out some of my pre and post fight breakdowns on the Fight Breakdown podcast playlist in the same channel. So please head over to the channel page to kind of explore around. You can see footage of my fights. You can see some documentary footage of the judo program I used to teach in Harlem. And yeah, I welcome your comments on either my fights or any of the videos on my channel. Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate that. All right, so back to the action in the cage. We're going back at it fast and furious. This time it looks like they were for a moment both fighting out of southpaw, but now they're back to fighting righty. Ribovich with that calf kick, attempted thigh kick. Both men being a little more sort of probing and conservative with their punches at the moment. Brenner switches to southpaw for the moment. He's trying to use his lateral movement, maybe to set something up. Oh, Brenner lands a nice jab there. Again, Brenner with this lateral movement, but Ribovich is right on top of him and catches him with a couple of punches. Brenner with a nice jab. Ribovich with a nice calf kick. Great action fight here. Oh, Ribovich with a 4-punch combination there catches Brenner. We're at the 3-minute 30-second mark here. This has been a very fun fight. So Brenner's now playing the role of moving around the cage and then surging forward in a straight line like he just did. So he tried to go head body right there. Brenner shoots in for a single, doesn't get it, comes right back up. Oh, Brenner with a flying knee. Ribovich comes right back. Ribovich with that calf kick again. Oh, Ribovich misses with a straight, that was a straight left. Or straight left, but both men are starting to switch stances a little bit. And Ribovich is just starting to really open up with hard punches. Brenner lands a nice hard jab. As they close distance, it seems like Ribovich has the advantage on the inside. He's able to land his shots more effectively on the inside. Yeah, Jack, Brenner is tough for real. Yeah, and Ribovich got some slick combinations. Ooh, Brenner just tagged him with a straight jab, and then Ribovich returned the favor. Okay, on the boxing side, we're cutting to Duarte warming up in the back. Ribovich, inside kick. Brenner returns a low kick. Oh, and then he throws a kick and falls, slips. Ribovich remains standing. Throws a few half-hearted kicks at Brenner's legs while he's down. I think Ribovich probably wants to just stand back up. So the ref stands him back up. Brenner opens with a hard jab. Ribovich with a fancy little double jumping knee. Alright, my stream stalled, so please bear with me. now on the boxing side, we're watching a little promo for Oscar Duarte. All right, in the cage, we got less than a minute to go here. Real fun fight between Ribovich and Brenner. Brenner now tries the flying knee. Very hard 1-2 by Brenner. And Ribovich lands some good uppercuts on the inside. We're winding down here in the second round. Nice little left hook by Brenner. But Ribovich storms right back with a 5-punch combination. Five seconds to go here. Wow, these guys don't waste a moment, do they? And that's the second round. Okay, this is a fun fight. Yeah, Jack, I would agree. This is a close fight to call. They both need to go for it in this last round. All right, now on the boxing side, we're cutting to a little promo on Kenneth Sims Jr. We're on a commercial break with the UFC. So tell me how you guys' weekend is going. I went out this morning and did a little painting. I painted like a city scene. That's just what there was to paint. So sometimes I like painting flowers. You can see that on some of the my little shorts underneath the meditations playlist. But the roses are kind of out of bloom right now. Excuse me, so I gotta find other things outside to paint. So I painted a cityscape this morning. Yeah, maybe I'll post it on the meditations playlist and you guys can let me know what you think of my painting. Right. I apologize for the lighting. I know the lighting is not great. That's one thing I do want to work on. I also want to work on the sound. All right, here we go with this last round for Ribovich and Brenner. Both men come out hard. Ribovich opening up with some body shots. Brenner likes to do like he's going to come in for a takedown and then just revert. Back to standing. Looks to me like both men want to leave it in the cage, which is great for us. All right, Ribovich with a nice tinted head kick. And Brenner lands a nice straight jab. Oh, and a very nice right hook there. Ribovich still, Brenner's the one moving around the cage and Ribovich is following him. Then Brenner will surge forward in a straight line like he just did. Brenner with a nice jab to the body. Jack says he took his pawpaw out for steak for lunch, now just smoking herb, watching fights. Sounds like a great day. I'm glad you were able to do that, Jack. I'm sure your pawpaw appreciated the steak dinner, that's for sure. I hope you guys had a good time, you know. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Brenner's still trying to move around the outside. Ribovich is right on top of him. Oh, nice 2-punch combination there landed. Oh, and a lead right hand, or lead left hand, another lead left hand, another lead left hand for Ribovich. He's landing some hard shots on Brenner at this point. Brenner just putting up the double guard and trying to move laterally. Brenner just threw a nice one too, but he's getting caught with Ribovich's jab from the southpaw stance. Both men standing southpaw now, and Ribovich then landed a nice straight left hand as well. We're almost at the halfway mark here in this. Oh, and another straight left lands for Ribovich. We might see a KO here, guys. Ribovich with a nice hard jab as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 punch combo from Ribovich. It's hot as heck in Texas. Is that where you're from, Jack? Oh, and then Brendan shoots in for a double, doesn't get it, comes right back up. All right, we are halfway through this, or more than halfway through this third and final round, and what a real barn burner of a fight. This has been a very fan-friendly fight here in the cage. I don't know about you, Jack, but I got Ribovich up. What do you think? Okay, it looks like in the ring they're getting ready to do the ring walk for Duarte and Sims. Oh, Brenner throws a nice high head kick. Ribovich comes back, inside kick. Brenner got a nice combination there. Nice straight left by Ribovich. Both men are bringing it. We've got nothing to complain about in this fight. They gave us everything. Oh, nice hard left by Ribovich. Brenner's now standing toe-to-toe with them. Got to give him props for having all this heart. Both of these guys are in excellent condition as well. All right, Ribovich just lands another hard straight left. Less than a minute to go here. Ribovich with a flying knee and a head kick. Neither one of those landed. Oh my goodness. Beautiful defensive move to a left hook by Brenner. Again, Ribovich landing that nice hard left. Brenner tries another high flying knee and a spinning back elbow. Threw a hard hook there that totally missed. But you got to give him credit for just, oh yeah, spinning back kick, body shot, head shot from Brenner. 10 seconds to go here. 1-2 by Brenner. Both men leaving it all in the cage for us. All right, hang on, I just lost my stream again. Sorry, guys. So Jack has Ribovich winning. I think I agree with that. Alright, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with my screen here. It just froze up. Let me try this. So how do you get your steak? Medium rare? Rare? Are you like Ariel Hawani? You did it well done and you throw ketchup on it? How does your papa like your steak? Sorry guys, I don't know what's up with if that's my internet or that's just the stream itself. Right, a fight like that in UFC, neither guys lose, both gonna get paid. Medium rare, nice. I'm cooking myself and medium eating out. Oh, that's an interesting pick, Jack. Alright guys, I apologize because these streams are frozen up on me. Andy, Ariel Hawani. It kind of grosses me out that he's going to get a steak cooked well done and throw ketchup on it. It's like, then you should just not get a steak, dude. Like, just get something else. Alright, guys. Sorry, I'm going to have to re-find my stream here. Please bear with me. Jack, you know what's up next in the UFC? Trying to get the boxing stream back. They're probably still on the ring walk, so I don't doubt we've missed anything. Okay, we got Bisping in the cage, congratulating Ribovich. Great performance. Okay, back in the boxing, we got both fighters in the ring, bouncing up and down in their corner. as always, it takes a while to get going with a boxing fight. I have to admit, I really don't know much about either one of these fighters. Sims put more effort into his outfit, if that matters. Duarte, very clean shaven. You see, trains, obviously, he's being trained by Robert Garcia. Okay, at UFC Fight Night, they just cut to Joanna Jacek. For whatever reason, she's hanging out at the Apex, I guess. Jack says Chris Duncan and the Polish guy that had a crazy fight on Taira versus Holloway card. Rebecca. Okay, I sadly missed that, but thank you for that. Thanks for keeping us informed, Jack. It's very helpful. Okay. Right now they're doing a little promo. I guess for Dricus Duplessis. Showing his highlights. Oh, okay, Jack says that Joanna Jacek is a manager, so that makes sense. That she's there for one of her fighters. Jack says it should be a brawl like the last one. I don't know, man. I just, the whole management thing is just so stomach turning for me that even though I know a lot about the ins and outs of boxing, I just would never want to be in a role like that. Just because I feel like you gotta deal with too many jerks, so I don't have the temperament for that. I don't know. Right, okay, Jack says that she's Polish like Rebecca. Yeah, she's probably there for her fighter or for support or whatever. Okay, so in the boxing ring, we're still waiting for this to get underway. Both fighters are about to touch gloves. And Jack says, we gotta go to the Sugar Sean. We gotta go the Sugar Sean way and end yourself. Cut off middleman. Yeah, I mean, if you know, someone told me really wise words of advice many, many years ago that if you have a relationship with the promoter, you don't need a manager. You need fights, right? So if you already have a way to get the fight, if you're signed with the UFC, you have a way to get the fight. So then, do you really need someone to negotiate for you? Can you do your own negotiating? All right, so we just started underway here with Oscar Duarte and Robert Sims, both men fighting out of orthodox. Both look like they're using a classic guard here. Duarte with some nice single jabs. Duarte using the step-in single jab. Sims with a jab to the body. Sims is using much more tentative jabs to the head and then comes down to the body. Alright, so on the UFC side, we are cutting to, I don't know, is this a commercial? Something about Disneyland here? I guess it's a commercial. Don't know. Mickey Mouse and the military. I think this is something about the relationship between the military and Disneyland. I don't know. Alright, I guess that was an ad. This is Disney. Okay. Alright, again, they're promoting Delice versus Hernandez. In the ring, lots of single jabs being exchanged here by Duarte and Sims. Nice jab to the body by Sims. Nice jab upstairs. Okay, we're cutting to high. Oh, I see. We're cutting to high level. in the cage. Sorry. In the ring, we still have Sims. Sims is the one moving around the outside. Duarte is cutting him off. Now we're starting to open up a little bit. Duarte with some body shots, and then comes upstairs. Sims puts up the high double guard and moves around laterally. It looks to me like Sims is going to play the role of the boxer mover, and Duarte is going to be the one kind of hunting him down for this fight. Well, we'll see how this plays out. That's the first round. It looks like Garcia's telling Duarte to weave underneath. Come to the body, 2 punches, weave. 2 to the body, 1 to the head, and then weave out. I think that's what Robert Garcia just asked him to do. And like a true professional boxing trainer, Garcia is the one applying the grease to this fighter. He's a cut man as well as the trainer, which is what old school trainers do. I mean, they insist on it because they're the one that's in the ring facing their fighter, so they might as be the one applying or doing the role of the cut man. All right, here we go with round 2 of Duarte versus Sims. And we are on commercial break from the UFC. Main event is Taira versus Park. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to my live stream. My name's Hamaguchi. I'm a pro boxer and a judo champion. I enjoy doing live streams and doing live commentary. I also do a lot of pre- and post-fight breakdowns. You can check those out on my channel page. Head over to the playlist that's labeled Podcast Fight Breakdowns. Those are more extensive videos. If you check out the playlist that's all shorts, it just says Fight Thoughts. There's much shorter clips. I mean, everything's under 3 minutes where I either summarize or pose a question or give a prediction. But yeah, please check out my channel. If you enjoy the content, please do hit the subscribe and the bell so you know when we go live and when we post new content. Okay, so back to this fight. We have Robert with a nice jab to the head, jab to the body, and then a 1-2 up top. Duarte is fighting behind that high double guard now, kind of leaning in. So let's see if Duarte is able to execute what his trainer, Robert Garcia, wants him to do. Right now, Robert Sims is the one throwing more volume of punches. Okay, so Duarte did do a down to the body and then come back up to the head, but Sims just very deftly uses. So I think for Duarte, okay, he just landed 2 good body shots there and then snuck in a nice little right uppercut. A nice jab by Duarte, snapped Robert's head back. Yep, so I think Sims is going to play the role of the boxer mover here. Duarte has this kind of hunched over stance, so it's like he wants to shell up and work his way inside. And, oh, Duarte catches Sims with a nice little short right. Had him up against the ropes there for a moment. Not where Robert Sims wants to be versus Oscar Duarte. Nice hook by Duarte. Sims comes with some body shots of his own, tries a nice little right uppercut. Again, Sims is on the ropes for a moment. If I were his trainer, I would be telling him, just keep your back off the ropes. Not where you want to be versus Oscar Duarte. And that's the round. Alright, still on commercial break with the UFC. Okay, Bombasas Collins. The Pacquiao and Canelo fought. The only chance of Pacquiao is not to get caught by Canelo. Well, that's more than a 20-pound weight difference, right? It's like a 21-pound weight difference. Canelo's fighting 168. Pacquiao just fought at 147. So, yeah, there's just too much of a size difference there. Although Canelo is not super tall for a 168er. I don't think that's a realistic matchup. Okay, so in the replay they're showing Duarte land a hard 1-2 to the head and then another hard jab to Robert Simmons. Here's my prediction, guys. If Simmons is going to insist on putting himself on the ropes or in the corner, he's going to get knocked out. He might even get knocked out not against the ropes. As long as Duarte can close the distance effectively. Right now we got Duarte with his double high guard, using that side-to-side movement, and he's got that kind of hunched over stance. So we know that means he wants to just get inside. So he crunches down and then throws a little bit of an up jab, nice hard left hook. Sims with a nice jab to the body. Sims is going to have to count on volume and movement, like what he did right there. Nice little go around by Robert Sims. But since it looks to me like Sims is not a power puncher, he's going to have to up the volume. All right, Duarte's starting to close the distance there. He landed 2 hard body shots, switched the uppercut, and then back to the body shots. Sims does not want to stand there and trade with Duarte. He wants to rip off a 3-4 punch combination and then move. Okay, nice body movement by Sims. Nice footwork by Sims. But to me, he looks like he's outgunned by Oscar Duarte. Who do you want to see Pacquiao fight next, you guys? Who do you think he should fight next? Honestly, I don't want to see him fight Mario Barrios again. All right, in the cage, we just opened up with Duncan versus Becky. This is, at the moment, is open stance. Rebecca fighting southpaw. A little bit awkward, but looks tough as heck. Duncan fighting out of orthodox. Duncan with the lead right hand there for a moment. Rebecca, very jittery motion. It's a little bit awkward as a striker. I'm guessing he might be more of a grappler than striker. But he is throwing some hard punches. I'll give him that much. Oh, when he drops Duncan with a jab. Duncan pops right back up, though. Duncan with a nice uppercut on the inside, but he's already in trouble. Rebecca has some power behind those punches. Okay, and in the boxing, oh, and Rebecca just dropped Duncan again, has him down on the ground. Nice little scramble, and then get back to their feet. In the ring, I would say that Duarte's starting to catch up with Sims. Close distance, so this is not a good sign for Sims. Let me see. Okay, so back in the cage, this is more interesting at the moment. Rebecca with a nice over jab and a body kick. It looks like there's a cut that's already opened up on Rebecca's right eyebrow. Duncan with some nice lead right hands. We're at the 3-minute mark here in the cage. Rebecca's the pursuer, and looks like Duncan's the one trying to move a little more. As awkward as Rebecca is, he is effective when he lands. I gotta give him that. Little feinting motion by Rebecca there. Try to set up his punch. Duncan is the fighter that's moving away, trying to just hold his ground, I guess. Okay, some nice little inside uppercuts by Rebecca. Duncan shells up. Okay, in the boxing ring, looks like Duarte is starting to open up again with his body shots. Robert's throwing some jabs to try to keep him at bay, but Duarte's starting to get the timing on how to slip those jabs, and he throws a nice hard sharp jab of his own. Like the power differential is in Duarte's favor here versus Sims. Jack says southpaw versus orthodox always headbutt. Yeah, that's so true, especially whether it's boxing or MMA. Oh, Duncan with some nice left hooks there landed. Oh, and I don't know if he just threw a kick and slipped, but he's on the ground. Becky's in top position, in half guard on his feet. Okay, in the ring, Robert's landing some nice jabs to a left hook, but Duarte's also landing hard shots. Okay, Duncan is trying to defend with the butterfly guard. Turns on his front. Rebecca has a body lock on him from behind. Let's see what he does with it. He drags. It looks like he's trying to drag him over towards the cage. Now he has Duncan up, pressed up against the cage. In the ring, Sims with a nice little short left hook. Sims is going to have to pick up the volume, I think. Sims with a nice defensive roll underneath Duarte's punches. Duarte with the lead left hook. Duarte with the body shot to left hook, and that's the round. Panda, what we're watching is UFC and boxing. We're in the main event for the boxing card. It's Oscar Duarte versus Robert Sims. Right now in the cage we have Rebecca versus Duncan. Are you a fight fan, Panda? Zishan says, my opinion of Crawford Canelo. It's all about the money. But there are weight divisions for a reason, so I have to tend to agree with Jack and go with Canelo. All right, that's the end of the round for Rebecca and Duncan. Rebecca kind of, oh my goodness, he has quite the hematoma. He's got a little egg growing on his forehead. This is where you need a really good cut man to bring down that swelling. So was that from an elbow? What was that hematoma from? Jack, did you catch it? Honda, yes, taught myself kickboxing. I got good at my spinning side kick. You mean spinning back kick? Because you don't want to open it up into a side kick. Alright. Boxing, back with Robert Sims, opening with a nice snappy jab. Duarte with a high double guard, a little side-to-side body movement. Starting to be able to slip Sims' jabs. Sims trying to hold his ground here. Alright, back in the cage. As Jack said, we got an open stance MMA fight here. Rebecca's trying to use a little feinting with his body motion. Nice inside kick attempt. Both men exchanging single jabs in the cage. In the ring, we got Robert Sims and Oscar Duarte almost standing toe-to-toe, but at least at mid-range. This is where Duarte wants to be because he just opened up with a couple body shots and switched up to the headshot, which was, I think, what Garcia was asking him to do on the stool a couple rounds ago. Nice feint jab to the body by Sims. But Sims' problem here is that I don't think he has the firepower to really keep Duarte at bay, so he's going to have to make up for that with a lot of volume. And right now he's throwing a lot of single jabs. To be honest, this is not a super exciting boxing fight. Okay, in the cage, we've got Rebecca throwing an inside kick to two-punch combination to the head. Duncan comes right back. In the ring, Sims with a nice set of double jabs. Close distance, again, Duarte opens up with a couple of body shots and then comes upstairs. Good defensive movement there by Robert Sims to avoid Duarte's punches, but at this range, Duarte's starting to open up with his own jabs. Oh, good. That was what Robert needs to do. He put together 5 punches in a row. Rebecca closing in on Duncan with hard single jabs and stepping in. Gets a takedown. He's in top position. Duncan's seated, but Rebecca seems to want to put him against the cage. We're almost at the halfway point in this round. Both men stand back up. Rebecca throws a hard elbow on the way out. We're back to the center of the cage. In the ring, Duarte's starting to walk Sims down. Sims is trying to keep him at bay by throwing some nice jabs, and that's the round. Jack says Duncan wobbled him. Panda says, I really like the Slavic boxing. Rye the Goat. In my opinion, the boxing only fights are the most boring. Well, boxing only fights would be the... Oh, you mean the boxing only fights in MMA? Or you mean just actual boxing? Because this is not a particularly exciting boxing fight, but I wasn't expecting it to be. I don't know. It's sort of the classic boxer versus puncher in terms of Sims versus Duarte, but neither man has really opened up, so that's what it is. Oh, Ryan's saying you don't like when UFC fighters just box. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes, when you have so many other tools available too, there's really no reason for that. Okay, so Rye says, in boxing, the skill makes it fun. I got it. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I would agree with you on that. There's a lot of subtlety that should be shown in the boxing ring. All right, here in the ring, we got Duarte walking Sims down again. Sims trying to move around. Nice sharp jab by Sims, but Duarte returns the favor. Okay, in the cage, we got less than a minute to go here. Hard shots being exchanged by both Rebecca and Duarte. Oh, nice couple lead lefts by Rebecca lands. 30 seconds left in the cage. Duncan misses with his thigh kick, but lands a nice straight right. Rebecca with the inside kick. Little feinting motion from Rebecca. 10 seconds left in the cage. In the ring, we got Duarte starting to open up here with some nice headshots. Uppercut to body shot. Duarte's just one of those, I don't want to call him typical or classical, but a Mexican fighter who kind of shells up, locks his opponent down, and then just starts wailing on him. Nice hard body shots. Well, spinning back, you don't want your spinning back kick to open up and turn into a side kick. That's my point. You got to keep that leg tight for a spinning back kick. It's not something you can like just copy off of YouTube. Because if you're gonna spin a side, you don't want to throw. You don't ever want to throw a spinning side kick because your leg is just too wide open as you spin around. KK, hi, how are you doing? Jack says coming down to the third, definitely. Should be amazing. Great card, yeah, for sure. Great matchmaking here. Holy cow, that eye looks horrible on Rebecca. It's practically swollen. So that was on his cut man to try to deal with that. Of course, we went to commercial break, so I can't comment on the cut man's work on Rebecca's eye. But if that were boxing, the doctor would be really close to just stopping the fight. He's blind, almost blind out of his right eye. Yeah, Jack, his eye is crazy. But nice straight left there by Rebecca, and he's at least able to dodge that last punch by Duncan. Duncan throws a knee, but gets countered with a couple shots by Rebecca. Rebecca just got tagged there by one of Duncan's punches. And again, Duncan with the uppercut. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Crazy action here. Just 1 minute into this third and final round. Wow, Rebecca just going for it, throwing elbows, hard punches to the head. Duncan starts to open up. 1-2 to a head kick. Down to the ground. Looks like Duncan has him in a darce, but he gets out. Great action. Okay, so in the ring, again, Duarte now starting to get Sims' rhythm, so he's able to just shell up and slip punches, close distance. In the cage, to his credit, Rebecca's still coming. That's horrible hematoma he's got on his. He's got an egg growing on his forehead, and his eyes almost swollen shut. It's horrible. Oh my God, it's just grotesque. But he's still coming forward. Duncan's throwing some hard elbows. This is going to be a tough match to score. But now we are almost at the halfway point in this third and final round. Let's see who wants it more. Alright, and sorry guys, I just lost my stream for the boxing. Let's see if I can get this back. To be honest, the cage is more interesting than the ring tonight. Panda says this fight is so chopped. You mean the UFC fight or the boxing fight? Rai says the fight should be stopped. Is boxing more partial to stopping the fight over a cut? I don't know that it's more partial, but over that eye, I would say if it was boxing, they would stop it. The guy with hematoma, yeah, that's Rebecca. We were saying there was just an egg growing on his forehead prior to the previous round, so, oh, sorry guys, just lost my streams. Please bear with me. What's going on here? You guys have any great plans for a relaxing Sunday? Alright, again, I apologize. I don't know if this is my internet or it's just the stream itself. Jack says yard work, smoking, video games, cooking. Alright, that's actually a lot. I don't even feel like doing more than just cooking. I don't know. Panda says, what would you say the best kick for me to learn at kickboxing is? I would say front snap kick, a T. Because that's like the jab. But here's the problem. You can't teach yourself kickboxing. You gotta learn from something. Because what you think you're doing may be not what you're really doing. You also can't teach yourself boxing, but it's easier for people to fool themselves into thinking they taught themselves how to box. Because they just try to imitate throwing hands, but and you can look like a fake boxer, but it's much harder to look like a fake kickboxer than it is to look like a fake boxer. I mean, yeah. Oops. Hang on. Sorry guys, trying to regain my stream here. Actually more interested in getting the UFC stream back than the boxing fight, but be that as it may. Okay, in the ring, again we got Duarte just walking Sims down. Nice little footwork move by Sims to avoid. All right, and in the cage we're on break. So they're cutting to the desk. Who's on the desk here? 4 people that I can't. Sorry, I can't really see this. It looks. Oh, is that Rashad Evans? Is that Chiesa? Alright, so, yeah. Dang! This guy looks like an alien on Star Trek. Talking about, Ribovich. I feel badly for that guy. Alright, so in the ring now, these guys are standing toe-to-toe, which is not where Robert Simmons wants to be. Duarte doesn't have to expend much effort to walk him down. And then now if they're toe-to-toe, Duarte gets to open up. Sims is trying to respond. Wow, they gave that fight to Brenner. How about that? Okay. Sorry guys, I missed the end of that fight, so I really couldn't comment. But what a fight. Oh, horrible hematoma on Ribovich's head. Right. Sims is being persistent with his jab to the body, jab to the head, but the difference here are the body shots that Duarte's dishing out on him. It's like Duarte just walks him down and then opens up to the body and comes up to the head. And I'm guessing Garcia told him to do that because he knows that's where his strength lies, Kind of says, okay, just don't have a lot of money. I was trying to prepare as much as possible to do good when I started the MMA gym down the street. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just get yourself in good condition. Go running, jump rope, do those 2 things, and you'll be better off than trying to teach yourself some stuff. Because then they're gonna have to unteach you that when you get there. You just don't take that approach. You know what I mean? Just get yourself in awesome condition. Make sure you could do, like you should be able to do 500 sit-ups and 500 push-ups. Not all straight through, but you should be able to put that work in. You should be able to at least run 3 miles, if not 5. You should be able to jump rope for at least 15 minutes, if not half an hour. And if you can do all that, then you're in decent shape, and then go to the MMA gym. That would be your best bet, I would say. Jack says straight brawl. Yeah, no joke, man. That was crazy. Zishan, I take stories to get into condition. It helps. Okay, I don't know if you're joking or you're serious, but if you take steroids and you don't work out, it's actually going to do more harm than good. But anyways. All right, again, in the boxing ring, we've got Duarte walking Sims down. Sims trying to keep him at bay with that jab. Duarte's just starting to open up with both his jab at mid-range and his body shots. Okay, back at the UFC, we are waiting for the next fight. Alright guys, in the ring we're in round 9 of 12. I mean, no diss to these 2 fighters, but not a terribly exciting fight. Both men are fighting the way I think people expect them to fight, but neither guy's really turned up the dial yet, so that's where we're at. Okay, so on the UFC side, we're doing a little promo for the main event, which is Taira versus Park. So Park's kind of explaining why he just took the fight on short notice. that promo play out. Right now, Sims and Duarte are standing more or less toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, which is really not a good game plan for Robert Sims, because this is not where he shines. However, this is where Duarte shines, so I'm not sure why he's willing to give up that real estate. But he did just rip off of 2 3-punch combinations. I just don't think he has the power differential to negate what Duarte's going to do. Now Duarte has him up against the ropes and is able to land some hard shots. Okay, Robert walks away, walks around, but now he's putting up the high double guard again. Jack, short notice, but was already in camp for next week. Yeah, good point. Or DDP versus Chimaev card, but on DDP versus Chimaev card, but Park was in camp. Okay, fair point. Jack says he also turned it down. Then UFC made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Yeah, well, it makes sense. They needed to salvage this card, right? Okay, so who do you have, Jack? Who do you think is going to pull this? Will Park pull it off, or will Taira get the W? All right, in the cage, just done with the 9th round. We have 3 more rounds to go in this 12-round fight. It is Oscar Duarte versus Robert Sims Jr. Jack says, tough fight though. Takes the real deal. I know Taira coming off a loss will be interesting. Indeed. Okay, so here we go. We got Taira walking out. His grappling is too good. I think Taira is coming off. Okay, cool. I really don't know much about either fighter, so I really appreciate your insights, Jack. Thank you for keeping us informed. Rye the Goat says, OMG, he's walking out to Coldplay, banger. Oh, I got the sound turned off, so I didn't catch that. That's funny. Right, in the ring, we are in the 10th of 12 rounds. And again, Duarte and Sims are standing pretty much toe-to-toe. Sims trying to pick Duarte off with that jab. And of course, Duarte just leading with the body shots. Sims is trying to trade with him on the inside, puts himself against the ropes. Also tries to throw some body shots. I'm not sure if this is like Sims saying, hey, I want to prove I can bang with a banger, but sometimes you're better off just sticking to your strength. You can just tell by their bodies, their physiques. Like Duarte has a little size on him too, so you don't want to go toe-to-toe with a guy that necessarily has more body mass than you and hits harder. All right, we got fighters getting checked out. All right, in the ring, Sims put himself on the ropes. He's right there for Duarte to open up on. Sims trying to exchange, throwing flurries to Duarte's head, but Duarte is clearly landing the harder punches here. Nice 1-2 by Duarte. This is for sure Duarte's comfort zone. I'm not really sure why Sims afforded him that. Oh, and Sims sinks down. Rope's holding him up. I wonder if the ref's going to give it. No, he's just. I don't know what he admonished Duarte for there, but in any case. Jack says they're both very young and both very good, to be honest. Taira, great grappler and good on ground, while Park has great stand-up and toughness. Okay, cool. Thank you for that breakdown, Jack. Sets us up well to watch this main event of UFC Fight Night. Okay, so here comes Tatsuro Taira. Right, in the ring, we still got Duarte walking Sims around. Sims heads towards the ropes. whatever reason. And Duarte just standing right in front of him, throwing hard shots, catches him as he reels off the ropes. So Sims is switching momentarily to southpaw and then back to righty. Not sure what that's about, but... Oh, hi, the Higher Observer. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us on this fight watch party. We got the final few rounds of Oscar Duarte versus Robert Sims, and we are about to see the main event of the UFC Fight Night, which is Taira versus Park. So the Higher Observer says, I don't really feel like watching UFC anymore after that John Jones and Tom Aspinall BS. Well, you can always retire whenever you want to, right? But now John's playing that game of, I'll unretire if I get to fight at the White House. So it's almost like Tyson Fury saying, I'll unretire if I get to fight Usyk a third time. Jack says, then you just missed an amazing fight, brother. Yeah, the fights tonight on the UFC card have been more interesting than the boxing fights. Although the pro-grade Jojo Diaz fight was good. And I'm glad pro-grade won. Because I was worried they were going to rob him. Alright, so 11th round of this matchup between Duarte and Sims. And Sims just lands a nice hard right, but Duarte comes back with a nice hard jab. Sims gets Robert against the rope again. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, Higher Observer. Alright, so Sims kind of sitting out on the ropes. He's got to watch out for that because the ref can call him on that. He's standing toe-to-toe with Duarte, who loves that. He just works in his body shot to uppercut to head shot. Yeah, I would tend to agree with Jack on that point. UFC is more competitive because of how they match fighters. They're not trying to find a B side for their A side, which is what boxing always does. Until you get to the very highest level where it should be a little more even. But then, you know, look at what happened with Tank and Lamont. You know, Lamont won that fight. Tank took a knee. That should have been a 10-8 round, no doubt. They could have even stopped the fight because Tank went over to his corner, stuck his head through the ropes and talked to them. They could have had a towel over his head. You're not supposed to touch your fighter until you know it's a break. So the ref could have DQ'd him right there, but they didn't, and they gave him the fight. All right, guys, no diss, but I hope this Taira Park fight is over because I'm starting to get the brain fog a little bit myself, but I'll hang in there. Okay, so you're talking about the Dubai card. All right, interesting. I mean, I thought the Dubai card was okay. I don't know. All right, and then this penultimate round of the boxing match, the fighters are starting to try to open up a little bit more. Duarte is really starting to pick up the pace here. Sims standing toe-to-toe with him, throws some rapid-fire punches, but again, Sims just doesn't have the firepower to do any damage to Duarte, and Duarte knows that. Okay, that's it. We got one more round in the boxing ring, and we're about to start the action in the UFC cage. Alright guys, pardon me for one more moment. I'm going to go grab a drink and I'll be right back. Thanks for letting. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize I didn't hit the mute button. My fault. P.S. Didn't want to watch Dustin lose. Yeah, I can get that. Thanks for letting me know I was on mute, Jack. Yeah, I'm speaking with the air, exactly. All right, so that was maybe not the most exciting fight between Oscar Duarte and Robert Sims, but I think Duarte prevailed. Sims just didn't have the firepower to inflict any damage on him. In the cage, Taira, with his body locked from standing all the way to the ground. Pretty spectacular the way he threw himself backwards like that just to get to the ground. That was definitely Taira's round. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. Oh, Taira going to be tough for my man Van after he beats Pantoja. You think Van can beat Pantoja? I don't know about that. I think Van needs a couple more fights before he goes for a title, but hey, if he gets a title shot, he has to take it, right? So right now, Robert Sims is trying to drum up support with the crowd by going like that, waving his hands. But Sims' right eye kind of swollen. $116, $112. 115, 113. Yeah, majority decision to Duarte. Well, yeah, no surprise there. Okay, second round of Taira versus Park. Taira opening up with a lot of fainting body motions. Nice 1-2 by Taira. Taira shoots right in for a double, drives Park back to the cage, picks him up, dumps him on his back right at the cage. Maintaining good top position here. Park attempts to get up. Taira gets him back down on the ground, has his back. Wow, has the body lock in. Has a seat belt. Park trying to use the cage to get up, or to push off rather. Again, Taira can just ride this position out. All right, in the ring, Garcia giving a few words to Robert Sims. Oh my gosh, Taira just got it. You got the sub. Sorry, I didn't call it, you guys. Jack says, big fan. Shout out Taira. Shout out Texas, sorry. Right, he's from Houston, isn't he? The fighter observer says Van has some sharp hands. Jack says, now you ahead of me, LOL. Taira too good. Wow, that was dominant. One thing I gotta say about Taira, he's got like big shoulders, man. It's like it's more apparent how big his upper body is when you see him next to somebody else. Pretty crazy. Oh, beautiful right hand by Taira in the replay. Another right hand that drops Park. Top position. Picks him up with the double, gets him down, and then does finally work that rear naked in that he was trying to get in the first round. Now he figured it out. So good for him. So who's out in his corner? Hang on. Is that why is that name eluding me? Come on, Jack, help me out here. Jack says, yes, good athleticism, nice straights, and good grappling. A real problem, yeah, for sure. All right. Oh, and I guess he's sponsored by Monster since he's holding this. Good for him. Jack, do you follow Tenshin Nasukawa at all? I'm like a big Tenshin fan. He does some crazy. He's crazy athletic. He can do these spinning push-ups. I don't know. They just look humanly impossible. So imagine doing a push-up, pushing yourself off into the air, spinning around, and coming back down and landing back in a push-up position. It looks humanly impossible, but he does it. So, in any case, Fighter Observer, I appreciate that. You're a better commentator than Rogan and DC. Well, thank you. Jack says he at Colorado now, same place as Corey Sandhagen. So he's with Trevor Whitman. Yeah, man, this guy has just really broad shoulders for his size, you know, for his... It's like he could be a swimmer with that type of build, but obviously he's so good at what he does here. All right, guys, look, it's over 2 hours. I am going to have to call it an evening, but I'm really appreciative of you guys joining for this live watch party. It's been a fun night. Like I said, please do subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we go live next. As always, you're welcome to leave a super chat or a super thanks. Every penny helps. Please also consider joining the channel as a member. You get early access to a lot of the content, and you get a cool little icon that will show up next to your name in the comments and in the chat, live stream chat. And you get priority replies from me in the comments. Also, when you're a member, there are some members-only polls and members-only videos that I post that I guess when I feel like I only want to talk to a very specific audience. I don't want to post some info or a question to YouTube at large and then, you know, get silly replies in the comments. I make them members only. Okay, so let's see. The Fight Observer says, spinning push-ups sound. Most I can do is push-ups with 3 claps, and it hurts my shoulders. Yeah, spinning. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It looks inhuman. Yeah, I bet those 3 claps hurt your shoulders. Like I said, if you can crank out 500 sit-ups and 500 push-ups, you're in good position. You know what I mean? So, yeah, higher observer, just, hey, join the channel. You know, let's stay in touch. Jack, please join the channel, or at least sub. Let's stay in touch. Hope to see you guys on the next live stream. It's been really a pleasure having you on this watch party. So I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll see you guys the next time.